What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. This is a conversation I usually have with my bag chasers, and I have it so much. And a lot of you have probably even heard me mention it on the Millionaire Morning Show. We do that Monday through Friday, every single week, and we don't miss. I have a conversation about how much your time is worth, right? And when we say how much is your time worth, we're speaking specifically, not in generalities, not what you think, not what, makes sense to you or nothing like that. We're talking specifically about putting a number on how much an hour of your time is worth. How much is an hour of your time worth? I'm curious. Shout out to the bag chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Unless you're a bag chaser or unless you watch the Millionaire Morning Show and you subscribe to the channel, you probably don't even know. When you ask somebody how much an hour of their time is, they're going to give you one or two answers. They're either going to tell you how much they charge a client. So if you're a small business owner or you're a professional, right? Or you offer some sort of service or some consulting, they're going to say how much their rate is. Fair, but wrong. Or they'll tell you how much they make per hour, which is the same thing. It's just separating responsibilities as far as determining whether or not you operate in this professional sense, or how much you make per hour on your job, and so on and so forth. And some people make a significant amount of money. Let's just say, for example, you make $50 an hour, which is a decent amount of money, right? Or even $100 an hour. Let's say you're a lawyer and you're charging a client $350, $400 per billable hour. Let's say you're a consultant and you're making a lot of money for the consultancy or the agency that you work for, or even your own business, right? A lot of people will throw these wild numbers out there and they'll say, well, I'm worth $100 an hour, or I'm worth $50 an hour, or I make $27 an hour on my job, or I'm an advocate for $15 an hour minimum wage because I work at McDonald's. Whatever it is, that's not really how much an hour of your time is worth. The way that you calculate how much an hour of your time is worth is you take how much you made per year. So we like to talk about this six-figure man, right? And you gotta forgive me because my mental math, I'm not a math whiz, I'm a C student. I just know how to work really hard to get to that bag. Think about it like this, right? How much you make per year divided by 8,760. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. How much you make per year divided by 8,760. That is how much an hour of your time is worth. So if you make $100,000 per year, that means that an hour of your time is worth somewhere between $8 and $13 an hour. We're just gonna guesstimate, but I know it's somewhere in there. $8 and $13 an hour. Now, a lot of you gonna be saying, no, I'm a six-figure man. How is that true? Like, I charge, or this is how much I make on my job. I make $100,000, I make $150,000 a year. You make between $8, $13, $8 and $15, $8 and $16 an hour, because you're evaluating or you're calculating it by how much you make per hour every single hour that you're alive, because you don't get an hour of that time back. You don't get it back. Time is the main thing that you can never get back, and you have to trade in your time for resources in order to be able to pay for or do the things that you really want to do. Come on, man. Let's roll with me here. Let's really put it in perspective. We're not going to mask it. We're not going to pretend like it's something other than what it is. You ain't never heard nobody say this before, because I made this up. Yes, I made this up, and I'm giving you the game right now. I'm telling you that when you go to sleep, you're aging. Time is the thing that you can never get back. You have to trade it in for money in order to be able to buy the goods and services that you use every single day. And a lot of y'all got to get taxed on it. Then you can start spending the money on the things that you want. But you have to trade in your time for money. And so whether or not you playing video games, when you sleeping, when you busting it down, when you chasing these side holes, whatever it is that you're doing in your life, it's costing you whatever that amount is, how much you make per year divided by 8,760. And so I know how much an hour of my time is, right? It's over $150 an hour. That's how I evaluate or I calculate whether or not something is worth me doing, or whether or not somebody is worth me spending my time with, right? And when you start putting a number on it, it changes the dynamics of the relationship, because it's like, yo, this person is just talking junk, or this person is toxic, or is that side chick really worth me kicking it with her? Because is she worth an hour of my time? Is she worth over $150 an hour? No, leave that hoe alone, right? And if you don't make that much money, because there's a couple different ways that you can look at this. If you don't make that much money, right? Then let's break it down from this perspective. Wouldn't you want to spend that hour increasing the value of your time, or would you rather spend it on this chick that ain't worth nothing? Would you want to spend time increasing the value of your time, or would you want to spend it around these toxic people? Would you want to spend time increasing the value of your time, which you can then calculate? You can break it down. We got all of these awesome tools. We got these great devices, these phones. We got calendars. We got calculators. We got payment calculators. We got all of these tools, but we don't want to use it for the things that actually matter, right? How much is an hour of your time worth? And who, better question, who deserves an hour of your time, considering that now you have a tangible value or a number that you can attach to it? When I'm deciding what it is that I'm going to charge the people, now, would I charge corporate clients, because I can charge them whatever it is that I want to charge them and they're going to pay it, and they pay me regardless of whether or not they take the call or not. When I'm deciding what it is that I'm going to charge the people, because I largely like to keep myself in a space to where I'm accessible to as many people as possible. Now, I block off the amount of time that I allocate to people because I don't have, that much capacity. However, when I'm evaluating whether or not I'm gonna rock out with my friends, or I'm gonna do a coaching call with just a regular everyday person or whatever, I base that off of, I can be spending this time with my daughter, I can be spending this time with my chick, I can be out getting another bag, so on and so forth. And so I put a tangible value on that to determine how much of my time I want to block off, and then whether or not somebody is going to take it seriously. Because the only thing that I ask you to do is compensate me for my time, right? Compensate me for that hour that I will never get back pouring into you. And then that's going to determine whether or not you're really taking this serious or not, right? And so what I'm telling you is that once you put a value on something, a real value, not a perceived value, not something that you made up. Once you put value on something, you start to look at it differently. You don't just show up to stuff just for the sake of showing up. You don't just go to sleep all day, every day, or just be playing video games because that's just what you want to do. Now, I'm not telling you that you can or can't do anything. If you want to play video games, ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't robbing nobody. You ain't hurting nobody. But what I'm saying is, for me, I'd like to increase the value of my time because it's actually worth more than before I actually put a tangible value on it, rather than spend it with people that don't value it at all. Think about that for a minute. I'd rather spend my time increasing my value than spending it with people that don't look at it as anything anyway, and they just out here fumbling the bag, doing what they want to do, and not adding any value to what's going on in society at all. That's what I'd rather do. What would you rather do? Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me, AntonDaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get you popping. More importantly, I'm going to set you up for a Zoom call. I'm going to set you up for a personal call. But please, take it seriously, value my time, and value your time. A lot of y'all don't even value your own time. You so busy worried about whether or not you scheming and scamming somebody else that you don't even take into consideration how it's affecting somebody that you are doing business with, or more importantly, yourself. Value yourself. Do the math. Take how much you made per year. If you made $40,000, $50,000, $50,000 a year, think about that. If they say the average median income is $47,000, $50 something thousand a year, how much is that worth? Like, what is an hour of that really worth? Every time you breathe. Y'all should watch that movie by Justin Timberlake that had Justin Timberlake called Time. It was actually a really, really deep movie. It was a deep movie. I love that movie because I got something out of it more than just the entertainment value of it, of them jumping through. After I got done, I was thinking to myself, I just spent an hour and a half watching this movie. Was it worth it? Yeah, because it taught me a lesson. But you need to start valuing yourself, and you need to actually do the math. Sit down, take how much you made last year, your adjusted gross income, what you got paid, not necessarily what you got, you know what I'm saying, what your business and all of that, what you got paid, what you paid yourself, your adjusted gross income, and divide that by 8,760, and then tell me how much an hour of your time is worth. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed.